What is up, you legends? My name is BlindedMarksman and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over how to properly use fusion rifles in the Crucible. Now, with Bungie's latest patch update 2.202, fusion rifles got a buff on stability across the board, which made what I already believed a good secondary weapon that much better. Now, with all fusion rifles except for one particular one, Plan C, which I'll get to a little later in the video, the recoil pattern is up and down. So just think of it as a vertical line. Now, the video you're watching in the background is just a couple examples of the fusion rifles, from the high rate of fire of a Split Shift Pro to the medium rate of fire, I think the Fanta Ray, as I believe how you pronounce it, and then the low rate of fire of the Vacancy. Now, if you notice that the recoil pattern was up and down. So when you use this in the Crucible, it's extremely important that you aim anywhere below the waist. So if you see in the clip here, I'm showing you more or less what you want to aim at. You never want to aim up towards the head or anywhere towards the chest. And I see a lot of people who use fusion rifles have the tendency to do that, to aim high when maybe they want to get a crit shot or something like that. But if you notice in the video, and here is going to be a next clip of it, you're going to see that the recoil pattern, like I said, it just jumps up and down. It's just a vertical line. So you primarily want to use fusion rifles, and when you aim it, you want to aim it anywhere below the waist, and then you let the recoil spread do the rest of the work for you. And again, just another reminder, anywhere below the waist is what you want to aim at. Don't want to aim at the chest, don't want to aim at the head, just aim below the waist and let the recoil pattern take care of itself. And here's another clip of the Vacancy. It is the lowest rate of fire, so you just have to charge it up that much longer. But again, the recoil pattern is still the same, vertical line straight up and down. And as I get waved, maybe someone notices me on YouTube or maybe on my live stream on Twitch, so I'll wave hello, wave back at you. But again, you just want to aim down, aim below the waist, and let the recoil pattern take care of itself. Now let's take a look at the fusion rifle in action in the Crucible. See, in this first clip, you see me just aiming low below the waist, and the further you are from your opponent, the little lower a little lower you want to aim at. Excuse me. And that just comes with time and trial and error. Eventually, you'll know the distance of your opponent and where exactly you have to aim at. So primarily for me, when I am at the furthest I could be of an opponent, I try to aim towards the feet. But if I'm medium range or close range, typically I try to aim towards the knee and up, between the knee and the belt. So you can see here, like I said, I'm aiming below the waist. Nothing too extreme. I'm just letting the recoil pattern take care of the rest. Now, it's important for when you're using fusion rifles, and then this is just my particular feeling of it, my input, is that you don't want to use it as an offensive weapon. The clips you're watching here may look like I'm using it as an offensive weapon, but I'm really not. I use it defensively. It's not like a sniper rifle. It's not like a shotgun that you could just jump into a crowd and just take care of everyone that's around you. And that's primarily because of the charge time, and especially with this specific fusion rifle that you're using. Now, even with a Split Shifter Pro that has a higher rate of fire, the damage isn't that high. So you'll typically have to use 2 charges to kill someone. And I tend to, I really don't like using the high rate of fire fusion rifles, just because it doesn't fit my playstyle. Now we're transitioning to Plan C. Now this is what I want to get to. Like I said, almost all fusion rifles recoil pattern is up and down, and Plan C, it's a little bit different, and it really depends on what perks you're using. Now Plan C is probably my favorite fusion rifle to use at the moment, and it's just because it has such great perks. It already has a bonus hip fire capability, and then it has its exotic perk Plan C, which charge and equip times are very short immediately after weapon swap. So basically, once you're using your primary weapon for X amount of time, usually about I want to say 5-6 seconds. Once you swap to your Plan C, the charge rate is instantaneously, and it could really do some serious damage. But the recoil pattern for Plan C, like I said, it's a little different depending on what perks you're using. So if you want the up and down, the vertical line record pattern, you want to use Smart Drift Control and Hammer Forge. Now, Smart Drift Control and Hammer Forge, they both connect to one another. Hammer Forge obviously gives you a little more distance, and it gives you a bonus accuracy and stability. And Smart Drift Control just kind of just negates the record pattern. So it's the best. Those two setup is the best possibility you could have for using a up and down vertical line of fusion rifles. Sorry if my phone is going off. I'm getting some messages, but yeah, if you use any of the other setups for Plan C, the vertical pattern, it's going to be more of at an angle, a diagonal up and down instead of just a regular vertical up and down. So you just want to keep that in mind. But my recommended perk for the Plan C is definitely Smart Drift Control and Hammer Forge. Accelerated coils, you really don't want to use it just because it throws off the record pattern of Plan C. And plus with the exotic perk that Plan C, which is called, you really don't need accelerated coils. And like I said, if you use this as more of a defensive weapon, then accelerated coils is really something that you really wouldn't want to use. You just want to have, a max range as possible, and that comes across of all fusion rifles. With the latest update, the buff on stabilities, you really don't need to focus on a high stability fusion rifle anymore. What you really want to do is try to max out that range and best utilize the bolts of the recoil pattern going up and down. So there's about another minute left of the video. I hope what I was able to tell you can help you in the Crucible, especially using fusion rifle. Like I said, I think it's a really strong, solid weapon. I don't see it being used too often. I think right now people are starting to get the idea of that it's a particularly good weapon and really good if you know how to use it. So again, like I said, a reminder just to close out: aim anywhere below the waist. The further you are from the opponent, the lower you want to aim. So if you're at max distance from someone, you want to aim at the feet and let the recoil pattern take care of itself. But thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Leave a thumbs up if you feel like this video is worth one. You can find me at Twitter at BlindedMarksman, or you can find me on my live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/BlindedMarksman. But again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, cheers.